In today's vlog, I'm gonna be taking you through a weekend in my life living in Sydney, Australia. It is currently Friday morning, and this morning I went out for a little 5K run. I am competing in the Sydney Hyrox in the mixed doubles category in exactly 2 weeks from today, which is so scary to say out loud. So yeah, I've been running a lot more as a part of my training, and I'm not naturally a great runner, so it's been challenging for me, but I feel like I have improved so much. I will admit this morning's run was not my favorite run I've been on. It was supposed to be a chill, easy, fun, good time. It was kind of cold, cloudy, a little bit rainy, and very windy. The wind was like whipping me in the face, which during the first half of the run was annoying, but by the time I got really sweaty, that was actually kind of nice. So another part of this was that last night I was such a snack monster. I was sitting on the couch after dinner and I ate so much for like kind of no reason, but I was watching the Dallas Cowboys TV show on Netflix, America's Sweethearts. It's so good. I do feel like all of my snacking last night weighed me down a little bit this morning, but first thing on the agenda this morning, we are going out to brunch, and of course, just in time for us to go out to brunch, it's gonna rain. We are gonna take the train up to the Grounds Coffee Factory, I think is what it's called. We went there a couple weeks ago. It was so good. The coffee was amazing, the food was amazing, and the space is so unique. It's in this kind of like industrial park, and they're actually grinding and roasting the beans on site in the back of the restaurant. But yeah, we have a very busy and fun weekend. I have some errands to run today. We're doing some apartment decorating. Tomorrow I'm going to book club. We're gonna get some food downtown. I think it's gonna be a fun weekend, even though it might be a little bit rainy here and there. I think there'll be some pockets of sun, so we'll just take advantage when the weather's nice. But anyway, I'm gonna miss my train, so I'm gonna head out and I will talk to you later. Okay, so we just got back from brunch and it was incredible. Luckily, we ended up not getting rained on, so that was great. And we are about to head off to Bunnings. We're gonna do some plant shopping. We need plants, pots, a couple things for the apartment. If it's not already live, it will be soon. I'm doing a full apartment decorating video, so if you wanna follow along with the furniture building decor shenanigans, I will link that video up in the cards. But this will be my first time at Bunnings, so I am very excited. Okay, what an eventful and full day. We ended up going to Bunnings to try and find some plants. I'll get into more detail on this in my apartment decorating vlog, but basically the Bunnings plants were looking a little decrepit and dry. In the videos I took, they looked fine, but in real life, they were not looking as good. So we ended up going to an indoor plant store right across the street, and their plants were absolutely gorgeous. So we picked up a peace lily and a fiddle-leaf fig. I wanted to get more plants, but I got overwhelmed and was getting decision fatigue, and I was like, let's just get these two and I'll come back because it's not too far from where we live. So anyway though, grabbed some dinner after that. It was very good. And now I'm settling in for an evening of eating an ice cream bar and watching America's Sweethearts about the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders on Netflix, because that is one of my favorite shows ever. I think it is absolutely incredible. And I must say, as an ex-dancer myself, I love watching the audition process and the training camp and stuff. It brings back memories, some traumatic memories, also some fun memories. I love it. What can I say? So while we're here, let's chat about what's going on tomorrow. So I am going to book club, which I am so excited about. I absolutely love it. And all of the ticketing and everything is hosted through a platform called Butter, which I've since discovered is an amazing way to meet people and find local events in your area, both ticketed, paid, and free. People are always doing such cool stuff on there, and it's so nice because you can just select your area and then scroll through all the different events. It can be as simple as just going on a beach walk, or for example, for the book club, they have like catering, and for tomorrow it's a brunch theme, so I think there's gonna be pastries and coffee and matcha, and it's like
like a whole event. They've rented a space for it. Anyway, it's super fun. But I know a lot of girls watch my channel who are moving to Sydney or have recently moved to Sydney from abroad and are looking for ways to make friends. Butter is honestly an amazing app. So I will put my link in the description for it if you want to check out Butter. I think I have like a referral link or a referral code or something if you want to use that. I think events are definitely the move when it comes to meeting people because it just kind of takes the pressure off since everyone is there to meet people rather than like going up to someone during a workout class and wondering if you're interrupting them or whatever. It kind of just takes that awkward tension away since everyone is there for the same reason. It's really fun. And there's a good mix of girls. Like some of them have grown up in Sydney, some of them have moved from abroad. So it's really fun to meet all different kinds of people because I personally wanted to try and meet Australians as well because I know a lot of people who move here make friends with a lot of travelers or people who have also moved abroad, which I think is super fun. And I definitely like having those people in my life as well because there's so many things that you can relate to each other about. But I also didn't want to only be friends with travelers. I wanted to make an effort to obviously meet Australians and get to know Australians as well. And then after that, I'm probably not going to get home until the early afternoon. I have like an hour and a half train ride to get to and from the event. And then Kal and I are going to go to Sushi Train for dinner. And there's a rugby game on tomorrow night. So that will be playing in my living room, whether I like it or not. So anyway, I'm going to watch some Netflix and I will talk to you tomorrow. Okay, I really need to go get ready to head off to book club, but I had to do a little flower haul before we go because I'm so obsessed. Okay, so we got a white artisan sourdough loaf for the week. My recent addiction has been sourdough toast with butter, flaky sea salt, and hot honey. We also got a butter croissant to go with our mocha. Kal got the breakfast burger, which looks pretty insane. And for dessert tonight, we have this cookie brownie Tim Tam. I don't even know what you'd call this. And yes, I am about to go to a brunch themed book club where we're gonna have pastries and coffee, but that's okay. Okay, I'm not sure if you can hear me in my earphones. I did miss my bus. It was early, so it's one of the buses was late. Maybe it was serendipitous I missed my bus because I think this will be a much nicer experience. And it's a beautiful sunny day, a little bit windy, but at least the wind is blowing my hair back instead of in my face, but pretty cool. So I actually just saw my bus. I beat it to a stop halfway through the walk, but I was like, at this point, I'm halfway there. I'm just gonna finish up the walk. I'm lazy, but I'm not that lazy to take it for like 2 stops when I'm already almost there. But I was kind of impressed with myself that I did the best. Okay guys, hello. It is now 6 p.m. and I left for book club this morning at 9 and I just got home. I had such a fun day, but I am so exhausted and I ended up walking so much more than I expected and I did not wear the right outfit. I was wearing a brand new pair of jeans and the fabric was so rough. My legs are just like destroyed, honestly. But anyway, the book club was so fun. I feel like we were all just chatting so much and meeting people, mixing around, whatever, that we didn't even really talk about the book, which is totally fine. But I did kind of want to talk about the book because it was such a unique read. We read Yesteryear, like basically every other book club in the world this month. I honestly can't decide whether I liked it or not. It was a little bit disturbing, but it was very well done. The book achieved the goal that it wanted to achieve. I just don't know how I felt about the whole thing. But anyway, it was really fun because I got to see some of the girls from last month's book
book club and then also meet some new girls. And then one of the girls that I met, we were chatting and she was like, this weather makes me want to go take a walk in Centennial Park. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't think I've ever been to Centennial Park. And she was like, what are you doing right now? So then we just went to Centennial Park and we walked around and it was beautiful. It was so sunny. There were horses riding through the park. I had no idea that was a thing. We did like the whole loop of the park. So I think I ended up walking 12 or 13K today, which was definitely not on my agenda, but I have to just realize that every time I go into the city, I'm gonna walk like 10K. I didn't film anything at the book club because I didn't want to be that person, but it was beautiful. It was a really nice event space. There was like a whole brunch spread. There was cold brew coffee. There was tea. It was really fun. And then we walked through Centennial Park. It was gorgeous. And then headed home and I met Kal at Sushi Train for dinner, which I will say I made the mistake of getting a vegetable tempura sushi roll off of the conveyor belt. And that was the coldest, soggiest piece of tempura that I've ever eaten in my life. So I will not make that mistake again. I think if I get anything tempura, I'm just gonna order it from the menu and have them deliver it so it's not soggy. Anyway, at this point, I'm very happy to be home. I'm gonna sit down, relax, and enjoy the rest of the night. And I'm gonna dig into that brownie cookie Tim Tam situation that we got this morning from Flour, which honestly feels like a lifetime ago at this point. It's time for dessert and the couch, so I will talk to you tomorrow.
I'm sitting outside of the gym in the car, really not wanting to go inside. We're about to start our Sunday Hyrox session, and honestly, I am really not looking forward to it today. I think it's going to be such a hard session, possibly the hardest session of our entire 8 weeks of training so far, and I didn't sleep very well. There were sirens going off all night long. Yeah, we had to leave the window open to keep the room cool. That was a mistake because the sirens woke me up so many times, and yeah, this morning I just woke up feeling so full still from yesterday. I probably overate. We're gonna get in there, we're gonna get it done, but I will check in with you after.
After that beautiful, gorgeous, stunning beach walk, it was time to get back to, quote, real life, unquote, which means finishing up my Sunday apartment reset. I do try to start every week with a full fridge, errands done, and a clean apartment, so it was time for vacuuming and mopping after a fair bit of procrastinating. I will say, perks of living in a smaller apartment compared to our house back in Utah is that it's a lot easier to keep clean. Another perk of moving abroad and getting rid of basically everything you own, it doesn't get quite as messy when you have less stuff. Still gets messy, but not as messy. Then after that, I had an appointment for a sauna and magnesium bath, which is always incredible, but felt particularly nice after this morning's Hyrox workout. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, there was nothing that sounded less appealing to me after a day of errands and chores than meal prep, but I knew my future self would be so happy, so I did lock in and get it done. This week we had Greek salad pita wraps. So my favorite thing to do for a meal like this is wash and chop all of my veggies and create a kind of at-home salad bar with all my toppings. When it comes to meal prep, I feel like it's a delicate balance between making things easier for your future self, but also having food that hasn't gone completely limp and soggy and depressing by the time you eat it. So my go-to is more ingredient prep prep than meal prep, so I can combine everything together the night of, and I just find that way things stay a little bit fresher. Even though that does add a little bit of cooking time the night of, I much prefer that to those completely pre-made meals. Side note, I am so excited for the days to start getting a bit longer. Because I moved to Australia from the US in April, that means I've had 2 back-to-back winters this year. Before I got here, I didn't think that would be a big deal because it is quite warm in Sydney, but honestly, it has been hard for me, particularly the short days and the sun setting so early in the evening. I feel like I am in this eternal winter right now, so I had to start taking a vitamin D supplement, and I've also been making an effort to get outside as much as possible on sunny days. Fortunately, we are almost halfway through winter now, and I literally cannot wait. On the positive side, after a full year of fall and fall and winter again, I think this is gonna be the best summer of my life. So anyway, here is my gorgeous meal prep dinner. It was delicious, and I will see you tomorrow morning.
I was just in the mood for 8 grams of chocolate. Is that a crime? We'll cut that out in post.
None of this is going in.
None of this is going in.
That's my morning musing.
Right. No, I would never include this.
This might be the last video from her.
You never see me again? This is the best $20 I've ever spent in my life. Are you ready? Welcome to Steaming Milk and Latte Art with Kal and Cadence.
Oh boy.
We've got 2 chances today to make some latte art that doesn't look like shit, so.
Yeah, you know, I'm probably not the person to take a tutorial from.
This is not a tutorial. We are open to constructive feedback if you have any.
Well, some of us might be.
You're not open to feedback?
I'm just on my way, man. I'm just trying to get my coffee, you know what I mean? They can't even see what I'm doing.
Yeah, they can see.
All right, well, I'm inserting the steam wand.
I thought you said this wasn't a tutorial. Gonna play some elevator music while this is going on. Or the Jeopardy song.
Talk to me about
Tell me about that.
It's foamy, and
Right.
it's not bubbly.
Right.
So this is where things start to fall apart. Supposedly, you're supposed to do a few little guys, and then...
That's not terrible. Yeah. Okay, you know what? Okay.
It's pretty bad.
There is coffee number 1. Okay, we've got one more chance. How do we feel?
Not good. But yeah, there's no structure to it.
Ooh, that's beautiful. Okay, folks, and there you have it. We'll be back at you next week with attempting latte art. Almost forgot the most important part.
Just a little.
Just a little bit of Milo.
Hello everybody, it is now Monday night and I thought I would check in and say hi since it's been a little bit since we chatted. The past couple days have been very chaotic, very busy, but also very fun and productive. Today I chatted with my family a little bit this morning because it was Father's Day back in the US. It was so sunny and beautiful today that we had to go on another coffee beach walk because I feel like this time of year you have to take advantage whenever there's beautiful weather. So my legs are a little bit tired from all of the walking and running the past few days, but otherwise I can't complain. And then we headed to Bunnings to get a few plants and pots pots, which I'm having the best time decorating our apartment. It's been so much fun. And honestly, it is such a thrill for me to buy plants. It is truly unlike anything else. I love walking through the nursery and picking out plants. And I'm about to settle in for a relaxing evening. I think I'm gonna do a face mask, make some popcorn, and watch the new episode of House of the Dragon, which I am so excited. I've been waiting for this new season for what feels like a lifetime. Funny enough, I'm only at about season 3 of Game of Thrones, but ever since House of the Dragon came out and I watched the first few episodes of that back in, what was that, 2023, 2022, I became obsessed with House of the Dragon first, and then I was like, okay, I need to go back and watch Game of Thrones, which kind of doesn't make sense. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video because I had a lot of fun making it and filming it these past couple days and bringing you guys along. So if you'd like to see more from me, make sure to subscribe because I upload new videos every week, and I will see you next time.